this week on NBA 2K TV. WNBA third overall draftee Lauren Cox. Plus, we check in with the community, give you full details on our Shoe Creator Challenge, winning tips, and your WNBA.
Yes, Che's been killing it, but how long can he keep it up? Forever! I don't know about that. At some point, the law of averages kick.
Break the leg, Che. I'll be here. For you.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Portland Trail Blazers at Moda Center. The fans and coaching staff have been very pleased with the way Portland's been playing. They've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. What a treat we have this evening. 2 powerhouse clubs going at it. Kenny, what's going to be the difference maker in this one?
Well, I think these teams will go back and forth, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be big shots down the stretch.
Yeah, when teams are this close, so much of it comes down to execution. You know, the great teams rarely beat themselves, Ernie.
And now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan as we approach the tip.
And coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett. DA, take it away. It sure is. Thanks, David. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on the Tona court for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Yes, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
And now Washington's starting group. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Bradley Beal is out there with Jay. And it's Brown in at the small forward. And for Portland, McCollum the 2 and Hood the 3. Anthony out there with Whiteside. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. And he's going up for the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And something about it, the game feels like it's slowing down out there for Che, who's seeing the whole court.
Anthony kicks to Lillard. Cullen passes to Lillard. No good from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Brown with it, now defended by McCollum. Outside, Beal. Baseline Jay on the way, and that one is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Wizards beat them last time when these 2 teams met in Washington.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Yeah, they had a few important guys sitting there on the bench at a time when they really could have used them on the floor. They have to play much more in control here tonight.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And that one's good. Lillard. Wizards have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Now Che. Last game an incredible scoring display for him. Misses the step back jump shot.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And it's Anthony with the jam.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Here's Brown. Got it from 16 feet.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up, GA. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Lillard looking around. Launches it. Doesn't go for him. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Brown kicks to Brown. Brown against Lillard. 5 to shoot. Beal finds Brown. Off target from the baseline.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Melo undoubtedly still the leader of this team in terms of when they need to calm it down and they need some offense. He's the guy they're going to look to score it.
First trip to the line for him here. And he makes the first.
And the Blazers GM called Portland a cocoon market. Not a lot of exposure, but these fans sure love their team.
You know, maybe you have to look at the front office and credit them for understanding the personalities of the guys that they rely on here in McCollum and Lillard. Not really going out to seek the limelight, wanting to concern themselves with getting better as basketball players, and then wanting to make an impact in the community. It's come together nicely for them in Portland.
And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Shea trying. Oh, the power on that throw-down.
Unreal. Chase showing a little bit of swag to his game right there. Don't see him gloat about it, but nice to see him up on the rim.
McCollum with the ball. 35 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Brown right side. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Nobody near Lillard. Nails the open triple off the fast break. Lillard's got 5 now.
Well, Lillard and Steph Curry, we talk about their unlimited range on display that time from Damian.
Pass to Beal. Brown kicks to Brown. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Lillard with it. Now Beal defending. And a wide open look for McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Beal. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Already one of the most popular guys on the team. Shea becoming more liked the more you make passes like that.
Lillard the pass to Whiteside. Lets the 3 fly. Lillard misses. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Trailing by 2. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. Losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
And that mid-range jump shot discouraged for many players, but not for C.J. McCollum.
I love the way that C.J. can just wind his way to spots on the floor and speeds up when he wants to, not when the defense is asking him to.
And you talk about shot makers, C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat grade from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
Outside Hood. Passes it to Lillard. And it's off from 3-point range.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Nice ball movement by Washington. And finish off by Bryant.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Lillard on top. He's covered by Brown. It's stolen by Brown. Pass to Bryant. It's tipped and stolen by Whiteside. Here's Lillard. Now the pass to Carmelo. Hachimura grabs the miss.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Lillard, the pass to Hood. Back to Lillard. A floater. Rebounded by the Wizards.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track. They're going to find a way to win.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. We know officials try to be as objective as possible, Brent. It does sometimes feel like we get superstar calls, though, correct?
I think there's absolutely superstar calls, Kevin. And, you know, the purist in me wants the referees to keep it fair. But understanding that the game is entertainment and understanding what it takes to be that level of player, every now and then seeing a guy like James Harden getting a few more free throws or watching Giannis find his way to the line a few more times, I shrug my shoulders and I say, yeah, I actually kind of get it.
Yeah, good examples. The feed to McCollum, and McCollum with the slam.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Here's Brown, and the shot goes in. Brown's got 15.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Lillard outside. Down low. Here's McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. And the Wizards with possession. Pass to Bertans. Kicks it to Beal. The dish to Brown. Nurkic with the block.
Nurkic seeing an opportunity there to make the impact defensively with the block.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting just 35% to start the game. Passes it to Collins. Out of hand on it. Brown feeling it out a bit. And Bryant the bucket on the assist by Shea. Shea's got 4 assists in the game.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far, that's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contributions.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Ariza. Off the left rim and out.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Here's McCollum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
He's just a hard guy not to foul. C.J. McCollum is so versatile as a scorer, you never know which move he's going to go to.
They throw good. McCollum. Washington making some changes. Paseknik's checked in for Bryant. Murray comes in. Entirely new group here for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Zach Collins. Little, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Bobby Hood subbed in for Damian Lillard.
Uh-oh. C.J. McCollum has that look in his eye. Confidence growing. And the Portland team now in great shape offensively.
McCollum is out there with Hood. Then there's Whiteside. Then it's Anthony. And it's Little in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Brown the pass to Hachimura. Back to Che. Tries a 3. Sinks the triple. Brown's got 20 points.
Just cannot slow down for a minute in this league. Che ready to fire when he got that pass.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Che, in the last game against the Kings, really lit up the floor. He scored an amazing number of points, and his active hands were on display again with a lot of steals. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss. And he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
McCollum passes to Whiteside. Pass to Carmelo. Dishes it to Hood. Shoots over Brown. And he overshot that one, missing.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And he makes good on the layup. And now it's an 8-point Washington lead.
Well, he seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
Here's Hood. Whiteside trying to break free. McCollum. And it's sent back by Bryant.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Exploiting errors by the offense, Che tries to run whenever he can.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The pass to Anthony. Here's McCollum. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going.
And the dunk by Che.
Zero hesitations to take that on the inside. Che aggressive on that.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. A 12-point game. Now a timeout called by Portland. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college. Hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor. He is really versatile. And I feel like he's putting it all together.
Beal's checked in for Washington. Here's McCollum. And again, unable to change momentum here. Wizards leading by 12. The kick out to Brown from outside the arc. Rebounded by Anthony. Portland's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. It's hauled in by Brown.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Brown against McCollum. He dishes it to Carmelo. They get it back. And the jam by Whiteside.
Yeah, some of the best centers in the league understand every aspect of the offense and where shots are coming from. And Whiteside positioned himself well for that one.
Beal finds Brown. Over McCollum. And it's Brown missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
For Portland, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. And the first one drops. When certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yes. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball, Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
Wizards leading by 8. Here's Brown. Brown against Lillard. Pass to Hachimura. Back to Brown. And the 3-ball is good. Brown's got 31 points.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Whiteside finds Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. And a wide open look for Hood. Knocked loose, but he gets it back. Outside Anthony. Tries again. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
It's Brown on the wing. Here's Bryant, and it's blocked by Whiteside.
Whiteside, one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. That one's swatted.
Unloads. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Lillard.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they gotten away from shooting the triple.
Here's Che. That shot missing, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building not in a good mood.
Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
Ariza against Beal. Here's Nurkic, and it's sent back by Bryant. And oh, here we go. Wall, nobody back. And Wall with the slam.
He is a monster in transition. Wall operates in the open court at an elite level. I'm not sure there's anyone who finishes better on the break.
Pass to Nurkic. 1:09 left to play in the first half. Nails the baby hook. Nurkic has got his first 2 points. And it's Wall with the ball for the Wizards. They've led by as many as 14 points. And Jay gets it to go.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Ariza against Beal. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
The Trailblazers have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect in the line so far here in the second quarter.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Collins is checked in, and a change for the Wizards. Pasechniks is checked in. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Little. Shot clock at 6. That's a 2 from Lillard. Can't nail the jumper.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
It's good on the putback. And now a 12-point Washington lead.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Releases. It's been all about Shea for Washington. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him.
Bradley, a strong first half for you and the team. It looked like you guys really were ready to play. Was that something Coach emphasized?
Yeah, most definitely. We want to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
Taking a look at the Wizards. Brown out there with Hachimura. And there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Brown. And it's Bertinays in at the center, filling out the middle. There's Brown with the 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Whiteside's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeding. Took him no time at all on that one. McCollum's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Trailblazers. On the wing, Shea. Covered by Lillard. Brown. Good.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Now here's Lillard, guarded closely. From the arc. It's hauled in by Brown. Shea's got 4 rebounds now tonight. He kicks it to Beal. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Shea's got 6 assists now in the game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Bertinays. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Here's Brown. Again, the Wizards score.
How about that? A mid-range Jay. Shea's got a little old school to his game.
Trailblazers trail by 15. Here's Lillard. He's got 13. Knocks it loose. Changes up. And it's blocked by Brown. And he gets it back. And the basket by Lillard. And Washington has possession. Bryant passes to Brown. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Brown. And they double up Jay. Here's Beal. And he banks in the layup. Beal's got 6.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Here's Hachimura. Good work defensively by Anthony.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Brown with it. Now guarded by Hood. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. Good on the bucket. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
A great pass by Whiteside hanging in that play.
And they double up Jay. There's the pass to Beal. Shea outside. Plenty of space. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss.
He wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
They get it back. Anthony drawing the double team. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And making our way toward the finish line. This is a great time to check out the new power rankings. Look at Portland. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And with where Washington is, they just crushed expectations all season long. Only a few people thought they could sustain this level of excellence, but here they are.
Murray's checked in for Troy Brown.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Trailblazers trail by 15. Hood for 3. Portland no good that time either.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf. The Wizards with another miss.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Lillard up top, covered by Wall. Got a piece of it. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Kicks it to McCollum. Just 4 to shoot. Collins trying to break free. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Now Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
Fires from the wing. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Ariza outside. Back to Lillard. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet. Lillard's got 12 points here in the second half. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. Some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Shea's shot is off. Trailblazers trail by 12. Lillard right side. Ariza outside. McCollum trying to get open. Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Nurkic getting up there and waiting that rim.
Washington's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Shea passes to Bryant. He kicks the wall. Brown against Ariza. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Little, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And a switcher also for Washington. Beal's checked in. Here's Lillard. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Lillard's got 27.
They are just killing him on the interior.
It's stolen by Ariza. Break. Here come the Trailblazers. Ariza's got the ball. And it's Lillard missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Here's the step back. Here's Nurkic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Shea.
Well, the determination there by Nurkic pressures the D into getting a little bit too physical with him on that shot.
And so, Brent, you and I know the legend of Nurkic. Back in Bosnia, a sports agent read an article about a huge policeman, 7 foot, 400 pounds. And this agent tracked down this policeman and asked him, do you have a son?
Well, that son is Jusuf Nurkic, the guy you're seeing out there. And 14 years of age, Jusuf Nurkic had never played the game of basketball. So the agent took him under the wing, and the rest pretty much history here, Kevin.
I like that story. Out left to the wing. The wide open shot by Little. Buries the 20-footer. Little's got 7.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Brown drives in, and that one is good. And the Wizards lead by 10.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Pass to Little. 1:11 left in the third. And stolen by Shea. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Beal gets a wide open look. The kick out to Brown. He tries for 3, and good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Shea's shot is off.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And stolen by Shea. And Bryant gets it to go. He's got 12.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Hood drives in, looking to end the run. That one off the back iron and out.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Collins kicks to Lillard. Portland no good that time either. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Wizards out front, leading by 17. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively, as I want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Lillard and Hood work together in the backcourt. Trevor Ariza out there with Collins, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard from outside. The Trailblazers rebound.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
And it's Brown missing.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Just been interesting how it is that Ariza keeps getting on teams, and then the same thing is said about him, about a championship presence, a veteran leader, and still plays some very solid defense at the wing.
First one falls for him. Wizards making a switch here. Hachimura is checked in. Both free throws good from Trevor Ariza. Washington leading now by 11. Left side, Brown. And it goes down 2 points.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
And here's Whiteside. Here's the dish to Lillard. Here's the 3. Washington with the rebound. Hachimura's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Ooh, the night is growing here for Che, but he's not one to gloat, during the game at least.
Ariza passes to Hood. Lillard left side, shoots over Brown. That one's good, and the Wizards lead. It's get back down to 13 with the basket coming from Damian Lillard.
Well, you're trying to affect Lillard's shot somehow, some way. He has that little lean, and that gives him that separation he needs to score.
Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Zach Collins. Ryan, he's checked in for the Wizards. The kick out to Brown. Good, and the assist goes to Che. Brown's got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Whiteside dishes to Lillard. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Lillard's got 7 now in this quarter. Brown Brown against Lillard. Pulls from the top of the key. And good. He hits it again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. And stolen by Che. To the inside. And finished off by Brown.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Trailblazers trail by 17. Lillard, the pass to Ariza. Hood kicks to Anthony. Rebound by the Wizards.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Here's Lillard. Yep, that one goes in there. Lillard's got 36.
Top-notch ball handling skills. That's just one of the things separating Lillard from most other point guards.
To the paint, and stolen by Hood. And now Portland on the break. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, this kind of effort will energize the team and get you going, just gobbling up every board.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Cullen passes to Lillard. And a miss there on the triple.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
The finish. Shea with the block.
Crazy to think scouts were saying that Shea didn't play with enough heart. That block showing you that he wants it.
On offense, here are the Wizards. They're on a 16-7 run. And Brown now atop the key. Outside, Beal. With the floater, and it's good on the layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lillard against Brown. And here's McCollum for three. No good that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And it's Brown missing. Portland's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Drills it from outside.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Up top, Brown, covered by Lillard. And Beal kicks to Che. Misses the three. Trailblazers trail by 19. Here's Anthony. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
We know Melo loves the pull-up J. That time quick on the draw, and the defense could not react to it.
Here's Che. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. And it's in there. 13 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Here's Che. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Portland's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. And the basket by McCollum.
Well, C.J. McCollum can score in a lot of ways. Coming off of screens, playing with the ball, spot-up three-point shooting. Just a variety of ways to produce.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Well, Damian Lillard and his commitment to not only the way that he wants to play and wants to improve, but his commitment to Portland and this city and this franchise has been nothing short of remarkable.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Shea.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth
the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Washington. 22 is their biggest lead. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Brent, you think about Lillard's value not just to the Blazers, but to the entire community of Portland, Oregon. Outstanding.
Always great, Kevin, to see a superstar take it off the floor and want to make impacts in the community. Lillard has been amazing at the job that he's done here in Portland and has stayed committed to where this franchise wants to go and trying to bring a championship to the Northwest.
Wizards leading by 13. From deep, Shea. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. And here are the Blazers. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Cullen passes to Whiteside. Over in the corner, Lillard. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 42 in the game.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
And it's Shea missing.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Good, gets the bucket.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
Finally got themselves in the trenches. Momentum completely shifted now. We've got a tight one here in the final period.
Here's Brown, and good! There's another. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Passes it to Whiteside. Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
Another reminder, Kevin, that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Here's Shea. He got it again. Sensational. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Trailblazers trail by 10. And Lillard kicks to Hood. They grab their own miss. Whiteside. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Well, this is why Whiteside has a high percentage in terms of his field goals. Creates a job inside that he can get done.
Lillard against Brown. Shoots over Lillard. Shea, no good.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Here's Anthony. And the layup falls.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Washington leading now by 6. Brown outside. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Pushing it up. Hood for 3. Washington with the rebound. Brown's got 4 rebounds in this game. Hachimura the pass to Brown. On the wing, Shea. Second chance shot. And that one's good. Hachimura. And the Wizards lead by 8.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Lillard, the pass to Anthony. Yes, that goes in. Anthony's got 8 points in the quarter.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
That one falls.
Hard work inside on the basket. Shea silencing some of the doubters out there in terms of his effort.
Lillard against Brown. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 6 points. That one good from Damian Lillard.
Great job at screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Shea. He gets that one.
The scouts questioned his desire in college as to how hard he played. Shea showing that he's got the fire here in this one.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 8. There's 1:38 left to play here in the fourth. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. 1:19 left in the fourth. The wing jumper off target.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Wizards. On the wing, Che. Covered by Lillard. Great positioning on the putback. And the Wizards lead by 10.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Wizards.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Che.
And so many times on the defensive end, showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
Lets it go from 14. Again, the Wizards score.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
But he recovers it.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here. Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
And so it's the Wizards with the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Hey, Shaq here.
Hey, how you been, man? Stay focused on your workout.
Yo.
Huddle up, fellas. Let's go over the game plan. We gotta find a way to limit transition baskets if we stand any chance of winning games. Let's get to work on stopping the ball in transition.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man.
What's the roll?
Hey, I'll see you later.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV. First up, we need to congratulate all of this year's WNBA draftees, including the 3rd overall pick, Lauren Cox, who we caught up with after she was drafted. Take a look. Lauren Cox, welcome to 2K TV. Congratulations on being drafted. 3rd pick, going to Indiana. How are you feeling?
I'm super excited. It was just a really fun moment to spend with my family and have them with me.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, tonight the Atlanta Hawks matching up against the Wizards in
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. And here's a look at some numbers for Che.
And when it comes to his scoring, he's enjoying a fantastic run. He's brought his points per game average up thanks to the work he's done in the past 10, and maybe he's got another big one in store tonight.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Bembry out there with Young. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. And for the Wizards, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Brown out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Brown in at the small forward. The drive by Che. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Of course, the playoff seedings still jumbled a bit. Up in the air, just how important you think it is to get home court advantage in the NBA playoffs in this era.
Historically speaking, Kevin, as you know, home court advantage is absolutely monumental, and it doesn't matter the round of the playoffs. Could be a conference semifinal or an NBA final. If you come down to a Game 7, that home court advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. You want as much in your favor, Kevin, as you know, going into the postseason.
Capella with the bucket.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Young against Brown. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Scoring off the dribble, opening up the rest of Che's offensive game. Boy, if you're a defender, look out.
Young against Brown. Steps back and fires. That one a little long. And the Wizards with possession. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Lloyd Pierce. His key tonight, keeping a lid on Bradley Beal. An efficient scorer on all 3 levels, it's hard to take him out of his comfort zone. And we've seen, Kevin, that Beal has become even better as a ball handler and distributor.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, here's Brown. After the miss from Trae Young.
Well, easy bucket there, right? Che finding the wide open man. Great decision.
Hawks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
It's Young on the wing. Clock at 6. From 17 feet out, Atlanta again missing.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
And Capella sends it back. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Hunter. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Solid in transition. Hunter's eyes light up when he gets a chance to finish one of those off.
Young against Brown. Over Young. The 19-footer finds the mark. Pretty shot from Brown. Brown's got 6.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
It's Young on the wing, covered by Che, and the baseline jumper no good.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now, here is Young, following the miss by Che. From deep, Hachimura grabs the miss.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And finished off by Brown.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 28-point game against Memphis.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Brown wide open. He fires. Traps in the tray. He's got 9.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now, here is Young. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, a new era begins for the Washington Wizards, right? A change in the front office. The team has tried for years to rebuild in a number of different approaches. Perhaps a fresh outlook for fans under new guidance gives this team new hope. Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
And there's Hunter on the assist from Young. Hunter's got 5.
A very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is.
Here's Brown. Rebounded by the Hawks. Capella's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And for the Wizards and their new front office doors, a tough task ahead of them.
I think so, Kevin, because first and foremost, they need to change the culture of the team, right? Too long, there had been a lack of accountability in D.C., and I think once they address that, the rest of the rebuild could come easier.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
The Hawks trail by 7. Young taking his time here. Drops in the layup for 2.
Fending off the defense well there. Young solid at just being crafty enough in these types of situations.
Now here's Che. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. And passes to Che. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. And that's now 11 points for Che.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Here's Hunter. He's coming off a 16-point game against Memphis. Capella inside, working on Bryant. They get it again, and that one drops for him. Capella's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Here's someone who's really been playing well, earning the Player of the Month in the East, Shea.
He's really been on his A game lately. You know, the way their offense is set up, it really relies on his ability. He sets the tone each time down the floor, and he's been a lot of fun to watch.
Banbury kicks to Collins. Inside, here's Young. Shea with the block.
All effort on the rejection. Shea never short on hustle.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Now here's Shea. 11 points in the game. Collins with some nice D. Here's Atlanta now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Another three for Atlanta.
Just a threat to score off the dribble. Young is crafty at assessing the defense and exploiting.
Bryant trying to free himself up. Hachimura, no good. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
You know, you try to establish consistent substitution patterns. It helps you stay in a rhythm, and they had to go to their bench much too early.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft break, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Paseknik's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Davis Bertans comes in for Hachimura. Murray's checked in for Troy Brown. And John Wall subbed in for Bradley Beal. That's tipped. From 12 feet out, and Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Shea.
This is an important aspect of John Wall's overall skill set. That ability to be effective in the mid-range, important.
Teague, the pass to Wagner. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, it's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career, and what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder.
Thanks, Lord.
Now, Wall. Jeff Teague missing from long range. Brown, good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Passes to Labissiere. Dishes at the tee. Shot from free throw range. The offensive rebound. Labissiere, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against the Trailblazers in Portland. Teague drives in. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And Doris, for Jeff Teague, he's not expected to be the scorer on this team that he once was.
And for Teague, to me, that is a blessing, as he is much better suited as a distributor of the basketball. He's got great vision, he cut down on his turnovers, and therefore his assist number.
Washington going with a whole new group here. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Ish Smith is out there with Jay. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Here's Bembry. The Hawks again can't hit. Wizards leading by 6. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Che in the last game against the Trailblazers really lit up the floor. He ended the game with 68 points and did his job on defense with an impressive number of steals. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt, Greg. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Brown feeling out a bit. Moves back up. And Capella sends it back. Hachimura. Now, here's Hunter. Defense is right there. There's his 3rd field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
The shot's good from Bryant.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Young pass to Collins. Here's Bembry, covered by Che. And Young kicks to Bembry. Shot from 12. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Shea's shot is off.
And after nailing a 3-pointer in the first quarter, he has yet to connect here in the second.
It's stolen by Bryant. Out to Smith. Here's Che. Buries the jump shot. And now it's an 8-point Washington lead.
Well, zero hesitation from Che right there. Rise and fire with authority.
Bounce pass Young. Pass to Bembry. And stolen by Che. Smith outside. The kick out to Bryant. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. A chance now to check out the race for Rookie of the Year. Always exciting to see the promise of the youngsters. A season under the belts. Who took the league by storm? You look at Che. All season long, he has proven again and again that he's the cream of the crop. He's in the top spot right now, and the hardware could be his.
And there's no more deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
It's got to be him, Greg. In a season where we have a ton of worthy candidates, he has been the most outstanding by far.
There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Capella. Now here's Che. He's touched. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
Young against Smith. And Young, here we go. Bucket is good. Young's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Brown outside. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Hachimura. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
Young against Smith. To the middle. Here's Bembry. Rebound, Washington. Bryant's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Hawks trail by 10. Embry the pass to Young. Over Smith. Young's shot is off. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Wizards. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Here's Brown. Another one falls for Washington.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Embry the pass to Collins. The dish to Young. Can't hit that one. And Washington the other way now.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Down low. Smith against Collins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot to stop the run. No good off the back of the rim. Washington leading now by 14. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Yeah, I think Coach calls his timeout right now because he's not happy with the distribution of shots. Difficult shots, contested shots. You've got to get a better offensive rhythm.
Gary Payton is checked in for Ish Smith. Teague is checked in for the Hawks. Capella finds Collins. And here is Hunter. Off target from outside.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And it's Brown missing.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from. If you want to command the defender's respect.
And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Bryant.
And the rebounding contributions have been on the uptick over the last few months. He's definitely appeared to have made a concerted effort to really impact the game more and more with his work on the backboard.
That free throw good from Young.
Pretty obvious Young believes in his ability. A fearless shooter who also does a good job at orchestrating the offense.
Davis Bertans checks in for Washington. Beal comes in for Brown. And a change for the Hawks. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Hunter. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Well, for Washington, D.C. basketball, they have one title to their name, the champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team led by the great Wes Unseld. Oh boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness. Fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
You guys remember that this is a young man, Shea, who was willing to take a rather big stand in college. Actually sat out a tournament game. He was protesting the treatment of a teammate after his knee injury. That takes some guts as a young person.
And Brown drops them both. 41 seconds left in the second quarter.
Wizards foul. That's his first personal foul.
The Hawks have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4-7 from the foul line tonight. That free throw good from Young. Atlanta making a switch here. Labissiere's checked in. And so Young nails them both. And it's Washington's ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Brown down low. T covering. There's an miss. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Scalabissiere. The Wizards have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And he can't get the first one. And it's Beal in the corner. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Jay, he's feeling it tonight. And he's been the driving force for Washington. They kept going to him again and again. And he delivered with...
Thanks very much, Bradley. Good flow.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. While you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Bembry out there with Trae Young. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Inside. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, just exceptional focus on these hard finishes. Young welcomes getting physical on the way up.
One shot.
Who are some of the up-and-coming shooting guards in the league that you have noticed have got a very high ceiling?
Well, I'm going to mention 2 guys who I think could be considered combo guards who can play 1 or 2, and who I think their organizations are still trying to figure out their best position. But 2 of the most dominant young guards in the league who are going to be a problem for over a decade, Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. Both guys can create their own shot. Both can get off the dribble drive. Both could light you up for over 50 a night. Devin and Donovan, 2 names to keep an eye on.
Yes, sir. Brown the pass to Beal. Good, and the assist goes to Che. And 12 points for Beal.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Young with the ball. 21 points in the game. And finished off by Collins.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention, then takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
High post try. Wizards keeping it alive in a fresh 14-second shot clock. Here's Che, and it comes off the front of the rim. The Hawks trail by 17 to the paint. Here's Bembry. Beal pulls it in. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. 22 is their biggest lead. Now, here's Hunter. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Capella. Kicks it to Young. 6 on the shot clock. No good with the triple. Washington leading now by 17. To the inside. It's stolen by Capella. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Down low, here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
The Hawks trail by 17. Young with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Outside Collins. At the top of the key, Capella. Young for 3. Washington with the rebound. Hachimura's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Young dishes to Collins. To the middle. And finish off by Collins.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Yep, it counts. And it's 37 points for Jay.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Young outside. The 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
His first triple in the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Here's Jay, and that one good. And the Wizards lead by 18.
Wow, Che is absolutely on fire. Works for everything he's got.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Here we go now. Come on, St. Craziest fans get a free t-shirt. Let's hear it, fans.
Napier is checked in for Washington. Atlanta also making some changes here. Mo Wagner comes in for Clint Capella, and it's Iguodala in for Bembry. Iguodala against Brown. Some solid defense from Brown.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
That's tipped and stolen by Jay. One-on-one here. Here's Napier. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, Bradley Beal increasingly becoming a dangerous playmaker. What a pretty pass.
The pass to Iguodala. The Hawks again can't hit.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Davis Bertans checks in for Thomas Bryant. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Teague's checked in. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless, but who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. Now, this is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right.
Well, go ahead with the sauce on that, Jay. Nicely done.
And Teague's got the ball here for Atlanta. one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Shea.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Hawks have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Well, there's so much value in how Jeff Teague runs an offense.
Wall against Teague. Rebound by the Wizards.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Not going to go that time. Wall with some nice defense. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Effective at scoring the basketball. Hachimura understands his role offensively and plays it well.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And taken away by Brown. Oh, Beal in position. Throws Callum the alley-oop slam.
What a beautiful connection there. Beal showing off the hang time.
The Hawks trail by 21. Now Teague. 11 points in the game. Rebound, Washington. Berton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Shea passes to Beal. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Teague.
Let's take a look at Shea. Some stats here. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. Just over 7 steals, and not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Well, I love it. Drivers think they see a crease to the lane and go for it, and eventually he shuts the door.
Young against Wall. Young outside. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Washington leading now by 23 to the paint. Here's Hachimura. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta. This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
At the line for 2.
And that one falls for Hachimura.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
The Hawks shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. Capella kicks to Teague. Young against Wall. Young passes to Capella. Count it. Good. Capella's got 8 points.
What a play by Young. Out of that pick and roll, does a great job with his decision making.
On the wing, Shea. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Teague, the pass to Young. Back to Teague. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Listen, dunking is not just for the bigs, right? How about your point guard, Jeff Teague, finishing with authority? Nice.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Shea gets it to go.
They are trying to close this out strong, and he's the man who's put you in this position.
Atlanta with the ball. And here's Young. He's got 24. From deep 3-point range, off on that one. And so it's the Washington Wizards riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them. a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. Brown out there with Wall. Then there's Davis Bertans. And there's Bryant. And it's Beal in at the 3. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
Well, there's more to basketball than threes and lay-ins. Shea doing work in the mid-range there.
Brown against Young. Rebounded by the Wizards. Bryant's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. And Washington again with the bucket.
Boy, that's some big-time energy out of Shea, simply running the floor, getting an easy opportunity.
Doris, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
So for the Hawks, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Capella. Damian Jones comes in for Mo Wagner. And it's Reddish in for Jeff Teague. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Shea really making a difference.
This is a timely timeout because this guy is hurting them. They've got to figure it out.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Young against Brown. Takes the 13-footer. Shot's good from Young. Young's got 26 points.
And adept mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he's set to fire.
Passes it to Murray. Brown outside. And again, Washington no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Young for 3. Pasekniks with the rebound. Pasekniks got 4 rebounds now tonight. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Boy, what a motor. Scouts question Shea's desire in college. No more.
You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. Do you think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure, but it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
And the dunk by Shea.
Body control by Shea allows him to absorb contact without it affecting his shot.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Jones. Back to Young. Right block shot, and Atlanta again with the bucket.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Brown goes up and lays it nice and easy. Shea's got 58. So it's the Hawks now. Here's Young. Pass to Dedmon. Reddish with the ball. Ball's knocked loose.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Clock at 4. They shoot again. It's good.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Smith the pass to Brown. And another one. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
they've had no answer for him in this one.
Young against Brown. Over in the corner, Reddish. Rebound by Smith.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Count that one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jones dishes to Young. And the pass to Bembry. Shoots a three. Bonga pulls it in. And so it's Bonga who brings up the ball for Washington.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Here's Dedman. No good on the three. Wizards have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. And that one's good to go from Shea.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
They get the rebound. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Peyton, he's checked in for the Wizards. Atlanta also making some changes here. This year comes in for Damian Jones. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Bembry. Passes it to Labissiere. Now Dedman. Pass to Reddish. It's deflected. And here we go. Fast break with Shea. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
Hawks have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Young against Brown. And it's blocked by Brown. Doris, you and I are faced with this a lot, voting for the MVP. Great stats versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league MVP?
Well, winning could be the definitive line if I have 2 candidates who are close. For instance, for me, this last MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I took it to the last possible moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been comfortable. Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding factor came down to he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too, and what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made, and I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one.
And you can see the potential that Labissiere has, an explosive player who's surprisingly quick for his size.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Washington's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. Here's Kuzekniks, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, how about the effort on the glass? Even with this lead, I love that they're still going after it.
And that one misses. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Here's Herter. He kicks it to Reddish. Tipped away. And again, Washington running the court in transition. And again, the turnover by the Wizards. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Wizards. On Sunday, they'll host the Miami Heat. And then on Tuesday, they'll host the New York Knicks.
And for that Thunder game, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Young with no one around. It's good from long range. Young's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Brown. Of course, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a 4-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a three-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about four-peat.
All sorts of time. And that one hits back iron.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
The shot's good.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I'll tell you, off the dribble drive, Shea has proven he is unafraid.
Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Really getting after the defense since the break. He's so hard to keep off the line when he pushes the action.
And the Wizards making a change here. Baertson has checked in. He doesn't get the second one. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, obviously, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament, too.
And for the Hawks, they're shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Now, here's Reddish. Young for 3, drains it from beyond the arc. Young's got 38 points.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Offensive rebound. And here's Brown outside. It's stolen by Jones. One-on-one here. Here's Herter. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And this is what you want on both ends, to win the battle of effort.
And that's exactly what you can control, right? Your desire, your hustle, your will to succeed.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team, When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct. 6 to shoot. Here's Reddish. Shea with the block.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Wizards.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over conference foes they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jay.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got. Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question, GA. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Wizards foul call. Jay. That's his 4th personal foul. 3rd team foul. At the line for the Hawks, Trae Young. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And so Young nails them both. 29 seconds left in the 4th quarter. To the right side. Pass to Bertans. On the wing, Shea takes a 3. Another bucket. Wow!
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Young passes to Jones. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Here's Brown. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.